Hi, my name's Josh, and about 2 years ago I made a design prompt, and that was, what does it look like when VR and AR mature and are used in an always-on manner? The first draft was far from ideal, but it was a great learning experience. Recently, I decided to update the concept on a short timeline of a few weeks. An important part of an always-on system is for it to be there when needed, but not when it isn't. To do this with the main menu, it's activated simply by looking downwards. The entire menu is curved for ergonomic reasons. Limb endpoints move in arcs, not straight lines. This menu gives us quick access to our programs and windows. In retrospect, the programs paradigm may not be the best way to think about XR. Perhaps an object or tool paradigm is better. One thing I've learned is that direct manipulation is great for user interface. As such, windows get physical handles for movement. They also have soft collision to prevent overlaps. Since XR is a spatial medium, I utilize this by letting you push less important windows into the background. They fade out to become less obtrusive, but still useful and available. Also, since this is a spatial interface, everything is 3D modeled and lit. There are no full bright quads with textures just slapped on. Always On manifests again in the ability of the window globes to fade out when you move around the world. A common task is to select things at a distance. Like the main menu activation from earlier, I tried to come up with a solution that's difficult to trigger by accident but is still quite discoverable. When your fingers get close to each other, a signifier appears, glowing bolts of electricity. They fade in according to the distance to convey that the action is a continuous one, meaning you should keep going to activate. Then the lens appears, and you can pick the object just by looking through the lens. Objects will glow to indicate that they can be selected. Simply pull your hands apart to confirm the selection. I modeled this watch. It uses one texture sheet and 3 maps. The scrolling is done with UV animation and the glow is an animated emission color. It draws in 2 draw calls, one for the body of the watch, and another for the feedback ring on the face. And of course, no always-on system would be complete without quick access to music controls. One thing I've been thinking about a lot lately is how we handle notifications. Notifications that can occur at any time are hugely destructive to attention span. To prevent this, this system lets you only check notifications at predefined intervals, unless the notification is marked by the user as critical. This wrist UI gives us quick access to notifications as well as time, weather, and music as shown earlier. I used the following programs: Maya and Blender for 3D modeling, Krita for textures, and of course Unity as the engine. There's plenty of room for improvement. If I worked on this more, I'd like to open the program menu with a pull tab instead of a button, hide windows that aren't being looked at directly, make the windows resizable by adding a second handle, turn the windows into boxes that you can reach into. I'd use a depth mask to hide them from behind, kind of like this. I'd make the demo apps actually do stuff, and of course, I do lots and lots of user testing. This design is just a jumping off point and far from complete. Lots of the original prompt is missing too, like environment customization, file browsing, that kind of stuff.